welcome to Behind the Music for Daily Hope, and welcome to the new month of June. We are also embarking on a new sermon series called Faith Explored. And this is an opportunity for us to hear some of those Old Testament stories about people who had so much faith, but even they had to put it to the test. And so we're going to be taking some of those concepts and figuring out how can we apply those into our own lives. So Faith Explored, a new series, a new month, and a new hymn. As I was trying to think about what would be a really good hymn for us to have as a theme song for this series, I went through all the old standards, which are fabulous. And if you know me, I love all the old sacred hymns and the old traditions, but nothing seemed to be quite appropriate for this series. And so I decided to look through some new music that I wasn't familiar with. And I came across this one by the Gettys and Stuart, Townend, who are some contemporary hymn writers and contemporary Christian writers, and they're becoming very well known, or they've been well known in the Christian music world. And what I like about their music is that they really try to build on the tradition of the hymns. There's a lot of theology and beauty in the text and singable melody and things like that. So I turned to them and I found this hymn called By Faith. It was written in 2009, and the words are just beautiful. I'd like to read for you the first verse in the chorus. By faith we see the hand of God and the light of creation's grand design in the lives of those who prove his faithfulness, who walk by faith and not by sight. We will stand as children of the promise. We will fix our eyes on him, our soul's reward, till the race is finished and the work is done. We'll walk by faith and not by sight. I thought those words were just so gorgeous. And then one of the advantages that you have when you're singing a song that's been written in the recent history is that you can go and you can read what were they thinking when they wrote this. And so I did that, and I read about some of the inspiration behind it. And there was a really nice story that he said he was struggling with some things, and so he contacted a friend that he had a lot of respect for, somebody who was much older, and said, I'd like to talk with you and see what you have to say. And this friend said, of course, I don't know if I have a lot of wisdom in this particular area, but I'm happy to let you stand on my shoulders. And so we have all these people who come before us. I'm sure each of us can talk about a grandparent or a parent or a Sunday school teacher or a neighbor, somebody that was just very influential in their lives. And so we've built on that foundation, and now we're trying to in turn do that for the generations that follow after us. This phrase taken as I was reading about this hymn, they wrote, we can learn, for example, from the incredible passion, conviction, priorities, and art seen in the lives of the first hymn writers. Creativity can take on new forms of expression, and human insight can produce fresh fruit with each age. But none of us begin with a blank sheet of paper. We are in the middle of the story. So we're not just doing something new this week for the sake of something new. We're not disregarding all the wonderful hymns that talk about faith. They're still great. But we are in the middle of a story. There are people coming after us. There are people who have come before us. So we're not a blank piece of paper. We're here for a purpose. And so as we learn this new hymn this weekend, whether you're here with us in person or you're watching online, just listen to the words, help the melody settle into you. We're going to be singing it for a few weeks. So I hope by the end you will come to learn to love it and just have it as a reminder of this faith that's come before and that's going to continue on after. I'll be back with you again next week.
Thank you.